Came
Yo, 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 yo. Let's do
I talked to
this.
him before that.
Let's try
I think it was
duos.
when he came to Soldier's Play. And he said, "You're good."
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I got a part in a movie in 1986. I called it The Nigga They Couldn't Kill.
Oh.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. He raped the white woman, and they tried to electrocute him, but it didn't work. And he became sort of called a hero. No, not that one. That was the other awful one. But and then they tried to hang him, and they tried to do all this stuff. And I had a lot of training day in me. And there were some Jewish people in the audition, and I said, yeah. They said, no, it's funny. It's like they hang them and then they can't. I said, yeah, like you bring some Jewish people into a room and they think it's a shower, but it's gas.
Oh.
And they said, right. I said, right. That ain't funny. So to me, it wasn't funny about putting a rope around my MFN neck either. I made a point. The guy was like, who the hell is this little nigga? Something like this. So anyway, make a long story long, I called Sydney and I was sick because he told me to call him. If I said, man, they offered me $600,000 to play a nigga they couldn't kill. And he said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. He said, I'm not going to tell you that, Denzel. He says, but I can tell you this. The first 2 or 3 or 4 films you do in this business will dictate how you're perceived in this business. Mm-hmm. So you make a decision. You know, he didn't tell me what to do, and I give him credit for that. And I turned it down, and 6 months later, I got Cry Freedom. And got an Oscar nomination. So it could have gone an entirely, you never know. Mm-hmm. It could have gone, my whole career could have gone an entirely different way.
Okay,
Yeah.
Miss Davis?
And all the Jewish people now, just making a point. But I was dead serious about it because they would laugh. Like, oh no, it's funny. They electrocute him, and then I could just see the poster with me with a rope around my neck. I just had dreams about it. Like, that's what he got. They got him killed.
Pay attention to how even the audience is conditioned to laugh while he talks about everything else. But as soon as he mentions the gas chamber, it was quiet as a mouse. Whole crowd went silent when he said that. This really shows how a certain group of people, especially black people's pain, can be viewed as entertainment. But as soon as you make fun of other people, like the Jewish people, all of a sudden the entertainment side goes out the window. I don't hate any group of people. I'm just calling out the double standard that exists in the entertainment industry. Denzel Washington chose integrity over money, and that is why Denzel Washington is one of the few people who has maintained his integrity in the entertainment business. This clip reinforces Cat Williams' claims, shedding light on the underlying issues within Hollywood and the challenges of preserving principles in an industry often focused on profit. It really shows how weird it can be over there. Success in Hollywood in most cases means in order for you to get to the top, you have to give up what you believe in, which can be a weird place where getting famous or rich can make people forget what's right. But hey, what do I know? Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
Ready to go. Seen? We have no choice but to win.
Introducing your champion.
Run fast, hit fast, win fast. I'm the jump master. Follow me.
Bought a bunch of, or I thrifted more glassware, so I can,
Stay close. I'm the jump master.
Scrappy DP says, don't hot drop.
That is so
Cloud carrot D
cute.
church carrot underscore dash cloud yin yang says, okay.
Oh my god.
Cloud carrot D church
Yay.
carrot underscore
so
dash cloud
perfect.
yin yang says,
Let's land
caps. Cloud carrot D church carrot underscore dash cloud yin yang says, yeah, I'm just testing out some new settings.
here. Here we go. Ready up.
Scrappy DP says, oh great.
First blood.
Cloud carrot D church carrot underscore dash cloud yin yang says, I'm diamond, it's fine.
What is this? Oh, this is kind of popular.
Scrappy DP says,
I saw this
I'm
on
bad, it's
TikTok.
not.
Strings not close.
Oh, is that where it's got its popularity from?
The ring's closing in a minute.
First lobby I get into, two girls are shaking their putty putter. Sexy Fall Guys. What is a putty putter? What is that fucking TikTok jargon? I'm in.
Far ring. 45
I'm
left.
trying to see it shake. Hey, me too. Here I come. No, I don't want to play the tutorial. Here I come.
I'm looking for a heavy weapon.
Is that putty putter? God damn. How do you shake it?
Flatline here.
Oh, you can start it with just two people? Let's go. Weeb trash can. Damn! That shit's... That's going fucking full putty mode.
Hopefully there's good loot over there. On my way.
New kill leader. Go on, watch out.
In progress.
Rings moving.
I'm winning! Damn. Oh! I thought this would be like one life. You just go by time. And there's just no risk to just playing fast and loose. Shit. Thought I could make it in time. Oh, that was risky. What? That showed no signs of going down? What?
Grenade out. Opening fire.
Oh
Enemy
god.
shield broken.
Alright, now I'm getting tilted.
Reloading. Hostile over there.
I've gotta stop. I have plenty of time. I still have 2 fucking minutes. I'm embarrassing myself in front of all the putty.
Getting shot at.
Huh?
Reloading.
Is there no, like, dead giveaway? Because it looks like the ones that are about to go down start curving. But that one that I was on that went down was not curving at the time.
Are you okay?
New record. Three, two, one. Hmm? I see. Damn it. They give you ample time. Like, I failed 50 times in a row, basically, and still made it on the last one. Let's go! Clean.
We're spread out a lot. Watch your paths on the map.
Are you still playing? Are you back? I got 2 over here.
Oh.
Half the
I
squad's
see.
left. No time to be
A
tired.
little reckless.
The champion fell.
Too early. Oh, I thought that was gonna move to the side.
You're not playing, are you? Connected bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your bet.
I'm down.
It looks like they creep down when they're about to come. Like that one in the middle. God damn it. Oh yeah, I can make that jump over it, so if I go over. I didn't think I could make that. Shit. Yeah. I tried to thread the needle. I should have just went forward. Played it like a bitch. Wait, let's just run this back. I'm not gonna have time to make that. God damn it! Oops, too far. Is there platforms under this? Oh my god, there is. Wait, that's such a game changer. And you can get back from this? Oh wow,
Looks like I'm inside the ring.
I see. I didn't mean to fall there, but it worked out. I'm not making it, but now I see. You don't need to, you don't even need to know the pattern. You can just do this. I see. So that's how you do it. Oh. There's a promo code. Cool. Buy the battle pass. Yeah. Let me get the battle pass real quick. Oh, wait, you can actually throw this shit back, huh? Damn. I see what that kid was talking about in his review for the putty be puttying or whatever. Paladin. Oh, wow, that came at me fast at the end there.
Attention. There is a new kill
What's
leader.
this one doing? You buffoon! You damn fool! Okay, it looks like they cross here. Yeah. Easy game. What a reward!
Movement in progress.
Whoa!
Looks like I'm inside the ring.
3, 2, 1.
Attention. Delivering care package.
We got a veteran over here. Oh shit! Oh my god, I keep banging my little noggin on that. Ugh. You have to jump and then crouch to make that? I keep hitting my head on it. Ooh.
Is it my birthday already?
I'm going for it. Damn. Shit. That's a tough jump right there. How do you make that? I've made it... Oh, I see. I see what's happening. You have to go out then in to avoid that. Oh, Jesus, I didn't jump in time. I've got it, though. I've got it. Thanks for beta testing that for me. Oh, shit. Come back out. Man, you have to get this in like a perfect rotation. It stayed in for so long.
Got a replicator coming down.
No! I'm fucked. Wait, maybe not. Let's go! I'm gaming.
Rings close. Only 1 minute to go.
Look at all.
Rings not dead far. Seconds. Only 10 seconds left.
Warning. Ring closing. Care package being delivered. Attention. The kill leader has been eliminated. Round 4.
Catch me up, though. One minute till ring close. Calling in a lifeline package. Gotta treat myself. 45 until ring close. Easy.
When fucking player comes and joins me, fucking says, "Oh, I'm testing some shit out." What is this fucking red color going on right there, bro? What the fuck? Look over on my fucking entire rainbow RGB. That's entire, but for some reason. The motherboard? That's, oh no, it is part of the motherboard because the motherboard stuff is fucking changing colors. What the fuck, bro? Nothing like RGB giving you troubles. Nothing like that type of shit. Like that. Start the next round of Apex. Go here, let's open IQ, see if we can make this thing actually respond. Hello, motherboard. Rainbow wave. Let's try to turn it to color pulse. Turn it to rain. Rainbow wave it. I don't get anything. So probably. Oh, there is an update. Let's see if that makes any sense. Of course it would fucking freeze up doing that because IQ is a broken piece of garbage software. Just because it has fancy colors. Oh my god. Now what? Now what? Alright, we'll restart IQ. You better restart IQ and not restart my fucking system. So now everything's red. Okay. See that? House died. My keyboard's dead. Okay. It requires an IQ restart, but then IQ doesn't restart. It says restart, you click the restart button, and then what? And what? And nothing? I need to relaunch it myself? Okay, I'll manually relaunch IQ and see what happens. My shit can be all fucked up in this.
If your heart's in the right place.
Did IQ launch? No, of course not. If I take an ICUE, run as administrator. IQ is requesting whatever the fuck. Okay, yes, open up. Let's see if she opens.
I'm the jump master. Follow me.
Did she open? No. Why not? I'm in the middle of flashback. How would I update shit while I'm on the stream?
Well, wasn't that illuminating?
What's it doing now? Oh, now it's opening IQ. Now
Close your peepers mute. They look like dropped mints
now
and
it's
tatties.
recognizing a few things.
Next
Restart
time.
required.
Next time
Ace's
you
plugin
better.
has been downloaded. The plugin installation has been required.
Where we go?
Get ready. Move. Might be something good that way.
Oh shit, now the motherfucker be working too. And now this be working too. It does require a restart. Yeah, now everything be working. That's just like I thought it should. Yeah, well, I don't know what the fuck this shit's all about. Seems to me and then make her shout. Seems to be and then we make her shout. Seems to me
Next ring's not
make her
close.
shout. We make her shout.
closing in one. Backpack here. Level 1. 35. Ring ain't close.
A backpack here. Level 2. I'm light on light ammo, dear.
Extra supplies over here.
Closing.
Listen up, the ring's moving.
Get shot.
New kill leader, as
I'm
outgoing.
coming. Can you get a ping on him?
I don't know where it's from. I just heard someone shoot and miss me from behind.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, there we go.
There, lightning rod.
Let's go that way.
I can't see him. They're glitching.
Even my shields are recharged.
Follow me.
Getting a
Eyes
different
to the
backpack
skies.
than coming.
A care package.
What are they trying
Recharging
to
my
get me?
shields.
Yeah, we can't push that just because of the
I mean,
position.
they're too far away.
Come on, hop in. They're peeling out quick. Bailing out here. Backpack here. Level 2.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
They're ready to go. Come bail here. Light ammo here. Here's your birthday present.
They're light mag on that by chance?
For what?
They're ready to go for a spin.
Seven. I'm gonna go through this tunnel.
Let's do it here.
Walking from here. Listen up, I'm getting shot at. Now listen, my guy. Hop in.
There was someone behind me. I got shot. I had to move.
Gone already?
I can see them.
Dabby dozy.
They're to the left of me.
Bailing out here. Got some extra supplies. Light ammo here.
I need a heavy mag if you see one, and then skull piercer or sniper stock.
Recharging my
Bad guy.
shields.
Outside our orbit.
Enemy over there.
Oh, there's a fucking 4 party over there. On top, there's 4 teams.
4 teams?
Yeah, yeah. There's at least 3. I think
I
there's
only
4.
saw the 2.
I think there's 4.
That one was.
There was
a
2 on
mirage. I
top.
think
There's
was
2
a
on top, and
bloodhound.
there was 1 more coming in, and I think there was 1 inside.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I think we should just move while they're. Yep, they're still on top. One's on top.
I just hit. Yeah, I hit one on top for 91.
I mean, do you want to push them or you want to just move in?
I'm gonna turn my push to talk off real quick.
Replicator incoming.
That way I can focus more on like everything else other than pushing a button to talk. That one's still up top.
Gone bad here.
I have an evac, by the way.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
What is he, my singularity? Being shot at. Grenade flung.
You want to go?
I'm gonna pop this Phoenix first.
They're putting an evac out.
The next ring's quite a trek, and we're down to 45 seconds.
I'm jumping. I need help. I need help.
Where are they at?
Inside.
Healing up.
Listen up, the ring's moving.
I'm popping a med kit.
I'll have you call you.
I'm gonna keep rotating to the.
They're going into a
northwest-ish.
fight. They're gonna die. I just hurt them.
Come and get your birthday present.
We can get in my car and go.
Damage to wee beastie.
We'll blast right past them. You took that evac?
Yeah. I'm just
The
gonna
car
keep
should be
running
right.
this way.
All right, yeah, you do it then. Where'd my car go? The fuck?
Care package over there. Extended light mag here. Level 3.
I've got some hits on me.
Let's check him out. Quite spread out.
Recharging my shields.
You're okay? I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I can hear them behind me though.
You need me to come to you?
They're fighting. I think I'm alright. I'll just keep running to you.
Come on, hop in. Let's get it out quick.
There's
Out here.
shots to my right if you want to go push them though. I'm getting shot at from over here somewhere.
New kill leader. Eyes
Bad
up
guy,
front.
outside their orbit. Pulling the trigger. Shooting at me.
Attention. Delivering replicator.
Replicate. Attack
I got one on me.
Shield. Reloading. Airstrike. Moving over mid.
45 seconds.
Being shot at.
Fucking. The lifeline that's over here is weak as fuck.
Reloading.
And now I'm getting fucking shot from
30
another
seconds.
team.
Rings close.
Hooligan on top of us. Oh, enemy here.
Shooting. Only 10 seconds.
I'm gonna go
left.
try and craft you somewhere then. Get my car
Alright.
and go.
You're good.
Can you ping a crafting thing for me?
Closest one's checkpoint that's gonna be close to storm. I can't ping it because my banner's not timed out.
Yo, Ollie.
I hope you got heat shields.
Welcome from here.
Round 4.
Back to the order. Looks like I'm inside the ring. Calling in a lifeline package. Gotta treat yourself.
Oh my god, really?
I hate to see you so
GG.
upset, but I'm just so bloody happy. That way.
I want to go ping it, go fucking bring him back, and that's what I get hit with on the way.
The score that was used to determine placement in the tournament, points that were wrong, game 4 kills, and game number 7, no submit, were discussed with the admin. There is proof, and the proof was uploaded early in the morning as Ben fell asleep. In Breadman's tweet, he posted the multipliers that were submitted by us mid-tournament, which were random. We adjusted them afterwards. Again, see the screenshot above. When it comes to the clip posted of us talking Dutch, every Dutch person could confirm we were absolutely trolling and laughing about adding an extra zero and whatnot, and you can even hear us laugh. We do understand that if you put a translation on paper, that comes across as scummy, or scummy as F. I fully understand that. That's just not the case, and we won't accept that, period. A TLDR, we did fill in the wrong multis mid-tournament, also partly due to the website not functioning properly. The multis were adjusted yesterday after the tournament once again, as discussed after the tournament in a Discord call with the parties involved. It's just an unlucky turn of events. If there are any more questions or anything that needs to be spoken about, I'm down to hop on a call. And this was an interesting response because you kind of try and pinpoint the situation that they admit they incorrectly submitted scores in the middle of the tournament. Something that Red will later also try and talk about. Also, the joking part, I don't think it's not really anything too heavy to land on here, but the fact that you're joking about misreporting and then you get found out to be misreporting, not really an excuse. The one point of focus for this is that they say the website was buggy, and that is something Bred really focused on in his further response, and it will end here, guys, as justice has been served, as Brett had another response refuting the response of Vision and Benno. Tweeting out, I want to start out by saying that
outfit could use some high caliber accessories.
This is your champion.
Run fast, hit fast, win fast.
I'm the jump master. AJ Shea leading the way. Enough land and let's explore that way. An enemy landed near me. Watch yourself. An enemy landed near me. Watch yourself. Down here now.
First blood. That was quick.
I'm out of energy ammo.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Say one, we're all inside this ring.
Nothing down. Another squad attacking.
Broke their gun. Got another squad. Ammo. Reloaded. Very good. We'll finish off the whole squad.
Beautifully done. Taking fire. Grenade, move!
Where are they coming from?
Got my grenade out.
Where are they coming from?
Hold on, I need help drone if you need it. Just giving my shields a recharge. Recharge. Asta out. Say one. We're all inside this ring.
Let's see what we have over here.
Make it come. Contact. Don't run. Let's go this way.
He's up top, he's up top, he's up top, he's up top. He's coming. He's coming to you.
Close your peepers, Newt. They look like dropped mince and tatties.
That I'm 100% open to talk with you and Benno on the polls check this week whenever needed. However, it seems like you put very little effort into this post, so I'm unsure if you'd actually want to. They should talk. I talked to Brett about this. They should certainly talk. Repolls does a great job mediating or letting both sides really just speak. I don't think he necessarily always gives his opinion on situations like this because it's kind of controversial. He lets the players do all the talking, and they should talk this out. Red has receipts. They should talk this out, and Brett is also very forgiving in this, which I appreciate. Saying point one, your entire point one is instantaneously void as you say this is your corrected, updated leaderboard. However, there are still 3 mistakes that are blatantly obvious. Did this take 5 or 6 minutes to put together? Your game 1 of limbs, you didn't have 11, should be 10, as you were never granted a kill for the portable radar, which is what J Grip said in the call when all of us were talking together. Your game 4 limbs, you put 24 kills in 28th place. That's literally not even possible. You're sitting here telling us you guys killed 24 people, but were also the second team wiped in the entire lobby. Your game 5 placement, you got 12th place, not 13th place. I genuinely cannot believe how little effort was put into these final correct scores. It's almost comedic.
Point number 2, we did fill in the wrong multis mid-turning, as Vision did say, also partially due to the website not functioning properly. So if I understand correctly, says Bread, and keep in mind, Visit Dojo lags every single tournament that we play, and it was lagging heavily for us as well. You guys put in the wrong score because of the lag. You input your score incorrectly 5 times while it was lagging because it was lagging? What? So now you've apparently fixed your scores in your point 1. What is the excuse for the incorrect scores now? How do I know your own scores better than you? And then point 4, he talks about them, again, you can be joking about this, and get called out for it, and it turns out to be true. You can't keep arguing coincidence and lag when the website was lagging for everyone, and then continue to input your own score incorrectly in your debunking post. After reading this post, I am more confident than ever that you just solidified the nail in your case. And after all that, I'm just sitting here thinking a couple of simple things. I don't know if they have done this in the past. I'm sure it's something that many players have tried to get away with or maybe not been caught doing, because it's just all these minute points, whether kills or placement, that other teams or people have to keep up with, and I'm sure is not always properly done. But at the end of the day, like, what this is comparable to cheating. This is a very scummy thing to do. And especially if they were aware of what they're doing, you are robbing other people of prize money. No matter how small the event or how small the prize pool, that is wrong to do and deserves a punishment. Also, to try and negate said allegations and not just come forward about it, that never really helps the case. One last time though, Vision did come forth with another response, and finally an apology caving in. Again, Red saying in the response to this, saying, hey, you know what, it is what it is, serve the 30-day, I don't know if there's a 30-day sentence being issued out where they can't compete with certain TOs, which is probably the right move. But Bread was very considerate, I would say, in his responses, and still down to talk this one through. But what they did was bad, man. Like, that's $1,200 the other teams don't get unless those viewers never speak up. I mean, you never would have this situation. But here's what Vision had to say to close this all out. After the storm has called down, both Benno and I had some time to reflect in the last couple of days. With this message, we just want to come out and apologize to Red, Lula, and Dojo and J Grip for all the chaos we have caused with filling in the wrong scores in the tournament, as well as joking about the fact we were going to fill in the wrong scores. Since this is about real money, we understood it was stupid for us to mix up scores and possibly put a disadvantage on other teams. Therefore, we take full responsibility for what happened. There was never any intent trying to cheat or attempt to rob anyone, although it might seem like it was, which we fully understand. We were reckless and stupid when it came to keeping score and filling it in what was right. Once again, we apologize for that. Taking the temporary visit dojo ban, and after that, competing with the right integrity. Moving forward, Benno and I will put our best foot forward to ensure this will never happen again, and taking scoring and tourneys seriously. And hey, that's what should have been done right away. I can accept this as a case of them just being ignorant to the fact that you got to be real particular about your scores, and especially in a case where it's the difference between first and second. Winning the tournament and not, I mean, hopefully they continue to actually take this seriously in the future, especially when you're supposed to be doing that with money on the line. And with that further statement, it seems to be confirmed the Visit Dojo ban being for, or suspension I should say, being for around 30 days based on Bread's response. And that was the drama we had in the Warzone space. $1,200 on the line, and you're doing this. And so a lot of people cooking them. What do you guys think about it though? The next time, drink up, take care of yourselves. Code Lucky down below for buff if you want some nice organic caffeine or some water as well. I've been doing both all day. So next time, take care. Okay, bye-bye.
PC industry-wise, there wasn't much. Like, I mean, AMD launched new AM4 processors, which I think is pretty cool. I got a little bit of inside baseball into sort of where these are coming from, which I don't think was off the record, but it felt like too much detail for the video. So the 5800X3D, they've been producing for a couple years now, right? And in that time, they've had a lot of dies that die. Yeah,
enough lambing around.
Not die, but didn't quite make the grade for 5800X3D. And so why do we have a cheaper X3D? Hey, I mean, gets you a chip that doesn't have the same clock speeds, but AMD is claiming, and we haven't validated this yet, that a lot of what gives the X3D its strength is the cache itself, is the latency advantage of the cache, and you don't necessarily need more core clock speed for that. So they're saying that gaming performance should actually be quite similar to 5800 X3D. So I'm pretty excited for that because there's this enormous install base of AM4 systems out there, and if all we've got to do to be able
Did anyone
to
land
keep
with
up
us?
the latest generation gaming GPUs, mostly, right? Like, okay, not quite as good as the 7000 series or the X3D 7000 series for that matter, or a 1410 or whatever. But to mostly keep up with the current gen GPU is pop a $250 chip in there. They're going to get some money back for the chip they just took out, stick it on eBay or whatever else. That's really compelling. I'm here for it. I like to see it. I just thought it was really cool that we were seeing extra support for that platform. I mean, realistically, AMD's main focus was their 8000G series chips, which are pretty much 7000 chips, but the top two have like a neural processing unit in them that AMD didn't really have any clear idea of what anyone was going to do with yet. There's no real software that runs on it at this time, so that a general consumer would care about. But theoretically, workloads will come, and it's much more efficient to offload to that compared to even using the GPU on them. And it's the GPU that's really special because they had demos. Obviously, they were using frame generation and upscaling stuff, but they had demos where they were running AAA games at like 60 frames per second, like Baldur's Gate 3 running on integrated graphics.
That's actually pretty nuts.
Back when we first started putting GPUs right on the CPU package, back when Intel first launched their like 700 series core processors, Linfield, I was like, yo, I don't want this. Give me more CPU compute. Why are you wasting die space on this crap? Now I get it. If I'd known that this level of integration was going to give us AAA gaming, at low, 1080p if you're lucky, right? It's running at a lower resolution and upscaling to 1080p. But if I'd known integrated graphics was going to reach playing AAA games at all, I probably would have been a lot more on board with it. It's freaking awesome. And it finally buries that category that you and I have both been trying to kill for the last 10 years. The entry-level e-waste graphics card.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's been close.
Some people buy them. I get it. But like, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Onboard graphics is literally a better option. And okay, sometimes you have an older machine that you need to put better graphics in. I get it. Don't buy an entry-level card. Get a used card that you could also just plug into it and would also be cheap. Okay? Don't. Just stop. Oh man. Oh boy, here comes chat. Oh no. I have a GT 510. Okay.
Oh no, really?
I use an entry-level card to prop up my 4090. It's a great drag filler.
I like my computer analog for society.
Look, raging is our 1660 Super is not the problem. I've never had an issue with that. I'm talking like GT 1030. That is just manufactured waste. Why don't we jump into... Oh, here, hold on. Notable non-AI. Okay, I already talked about Wi-Fi 7 being amazing. There's the new AMD card with 16 GB VRAM. I can't, man. NVIDIA's lineup, once again, seems to be just purely designed to upsell you to the next one. I talked about this a fair bit when they launched the 4060 series, right? You've got the 4060 8 gig, the 4060 16 gig, and the 4060 Ti, I think it is, or is it no, the 4060 and then the Ti both at 8 gigs, and then the 4060 Ti 8 gig, or 16 gigs, that's right. Where the 4060 was like dog slow, and then the Ti was fast enough but didn't have enough VRAM, and then the Ti 16 gig was way overpriced. Like it was like, the entire lineup is just designed to extract more money from you. It's like so blatantly obvious. They just won't quite give you enough at every stage. Like it used to be, you could get kind of, what was pretty much the whole experience. And you could like get to that level. Like they are so careful to make sure that that one cannot be as good as that one, and you are leaving something critical on the table. I felt the same way with the 4070 Super, 4080, 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super, and 4080 Super lineup. The 4070 Super has 12 gigs of VRAM.
Need loot, run in here.
It is a $600 card
Evo shield here. Level 3.
with 12 gigs. And I get it. It has a 192-bit bus. So if they wanted to strap more RAM to it, they would either have to do some kind of like, have to put bandwidth or something, or they'd have to double it entirely. They'd have to do 24 gigs of VRAM.
We've had wire buses for a long time, though.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is, I mean, you could also make the argument that it is a $600 card with a 192-bit bus. That is would be equally outrageous.
Yeah.
Not that so very long ago.
Yeah.
Then you step up to the 4070 Ti Super, which has 16 gigs of VRAM, which is nice, but is an $800 graphics card. Then there's the 4080 Super, which is a great 4K high, which would be equally outrageous.
Yeah.
Not that so very long. I really did have to do 24 gigs of VRAM.
We've had wire buses for a long time, though.
Well, that's... It is a $600 card.
Optics here. Mid-range.
Indeed. Felt the same way with the 4070 Super, 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super, and 4080 Super lineup. The 4070 Super has 12 gigs of VRAM. It is a $600 card
Let's go.
with 12 gigs. And I get it. It has a 192-bit bus. So if they wanted to strap more RAM to it, they would either have to do some
45.
kind of
Bring 8
like,
plus.
I hear enemy activity over there.
have to put bandwidth or something, or they would have to double it. 4 gigs of
We've had wire buses for a long time, though.
Well, I was gonna say is also make the argument that it is a $600 card with a 192-bit bus. That is would be equally outrageous.
Yeah.
Not that so very long ago.
Yeah.
Then you step up to the 4070 Ti Super, which has 16 gigs of VRAM, which is nice, but is an $800 graphics card. Then there's the 4080 Super, which is a great 4K high frame rate gaming card. I was playing the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Can we just can we not name things like this? I freaking hate it. So I played the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and even without upscaling nonsense, it was, I shouldn't say nonsense, even without upscaling, it was over 100 FPS at 4K. Like, it looked great. It just looked great. And with all the tomfoolery, it was like over 200. Like 220, 230, 240, like somewhere in that range. So I was playing that on the 4080, which is 4080 Super, excuse me, which was awesome, and it got a $200 price cut from $1,200 US. So the one kind of reasonably priced one, it's like, well, hey, look at that Achilles tendon right there. You know, don't worry about the knife. Just here, give me your foot. Give me your foot. Yeah. You know, right? Because we're in the era where the PS5.
Are you gonna make it out, or
have 16 gigs?
do you need me to drop a tower? Or do you need to?
That game developers are going to be trying to utilize that as efficiently as possible. So
yeah, I mean, there's a long way to go, my
for games
friend.
to need that kind of.
If I put out a tower now, you wouldn't even get to it.
Especially if you're on PC, where you're going to be running at a higher detail level than what is
a lot of med kits and a
necessarily
lot of
going to be
shield or
available
something.
to a console that's running what is essentially last-gen GPU technology now. So even if those consoles can't dedicate their entire 16 gigs, because it's shared, right, to VRAM, on a PC, it is very clear that those kinds of overruns are going to happen, and they have already been happening.
Yeah.
So they released this card for $600 that is not designed to last for this generation properly. And then it's $800 to get one. By the time you're spending $800, well, I don't know, so might as well get the $1,000 one that can do 4K on the. And I'm supposed to feel like this is a good deal because the non-super was $1,200.
Next ring's not close.
He wants an out. That's why he started searching for things on the table.
Just get in if you can. Just get in.
Let's see what is happening on the internet today.
Replicator replicator on its way down.
There's people up there.
There's something good. Target spotted. Target over there.
I'm giving you cover.
Exec says, players need to get comfortable with not owning your game.
Recharging my shields.
Recharging my shields.
Hello, we know that you have not been using your Ubisoft account. We have temporarily
Recharging my
suspended
shields.
your inactive Ubisoft account. We'll be closing it permanently in 30 days, in accordance to our terms of use.
They're shooting at me. Don't drive set.
Shooting.
See if you can follow me.
Smite 2 is coming this year.
Elden Ring's DLC is almost here, and Ubisoft wants gamers to live without fear. What's going on, News Gaming, everybody? Today is January 17th, 2024, and I'm
Follow me if we can get around this edge. We'll be good.
Smite 2, the sequel
I've got a
to
tower
the
too.
original MOBA, Smite. I play team. So is Michael. Is set to release in the spring of this year. The news comes from the official Smite keynote held over the weekend that announced the new game will enter alpha testing in the spring before ramping up to a full release after the release. Smite 2 totally rebuilds the original game from the ground up on Unreal Engine 5 over the original game's use of Unreal Engine. It's free. It's an older version. Yep. The engine upgrades
We're never gonna
allow the
make
game
it.
to have better lighting, higher fidelity models, among other features now in 5. The sequel will also include new mechanics, new game systems, and new skins that will transfer among platforms. Although Smite 2 will be a sequel, it will also be a standalone game, meaning that players who are not ready to switch to Smite 2 will be the foreseeable future. This is a big
not
deal
good.
for many players, as the developers have also made it known that none of the original skins in Smite before Season 11 will transfer over to the new game. The rationale is that the amount of time and effort to move over roughly 1,600 skins would take about 246 person years for the developers. Rather than wasting time on that, players will receive legacy gems for every skin they ever purchased. Veteran and returning players will also be rewarded for all their accomplishments in the original game, including up to 11 new skins.
I will not play this game.
Yeah?
I say that, but I will. I will play it. I'll play at least once.
Did you play Overwatch 2 at least once?
Oh.
Well, good, because Smite 2 follows in the footsteps of both Overwatch 2 and Counter-Strike 2, each of which saw varying degrees of success in both player retention and adding new content to the game. A few competitive online games still use their original framework, such as League of Legends and Dota 2. And since Valve has an aversion to the number 3, it's more likely we'll see a sequel for League before that MOBA that inspired it.
And that seems like a silly statement to make, but they do really. They don't like number 3.
Well, I can only go number 1 and 2.
I can go number 3.
Your whole country is behind you. Ons is achter, die hele nasie is achter jou. I know when you punch, when you go out there and you hit those clouds will feel the rockets and then the behind that. I'm looking forward to seeing the match where it's gonna be obviously on super sport, and for the first time it's gonna have an English connection. But we're gonna be that is exposed. So
Door number 3 now.
You might be scared of me going number 3, but what you really should be scared of is the director behind the now developing Minecraft movie. Because they also have an aversion to repeating the mistakes made in Sonic the Hedgehog. Weird crossover, right?
That sounds like a good thing.
More specifically, he wants to avoid another ugly Sonic situation that nearly derailed the success of the first one. Sonic would just make everybody blockhead. Not that hard. It would end Jim Carrey's career if he was Sonic. I agree. In an interview, Minecraft movie director Jared Heiss explained that he enjoys the challenge of adapting a game without much story. He says that there is a fun, ridiculous movie that can come from Minecraft's open-ended sandbox.
This problem has already been solved. They have the choose-your-own-adventure games or movies on Netflix. It's not like this is a novel problem.
They did this with Bart.
Well, you know, I can't emote when I'm wearing a helmet.
You can in Fortnite. Character has a helmet, you can still.
Master Chief can't do it. However, he knows that he has to be careful taking liberties with the IP. He doesn't want another ugly Sonic moment with the game's fan base. He says, I just can't disappoint the 10-year-olds or they're going to murder us. That's right. They're gonna find another ugly Sonic moment with the game's fan base. He says, I just can't disappoint the 10-year-olds or they're going to murder us. They're gonna find Bullring. We reported before that Jack Black, who worked with Heist for Nacho Libre, is currently cast as Minecraft Steve, of course. Other castmates include...
I wasn't here for that. He's Minecraft Steve?
He's Minecraft Steve.
What? His name is Jack.
Yes, that's how acting is.
Oh, okay.
Silly man. Other castmates include Jason Mimosa and Wednesday's Emma Myers. But Heist says another funny lady is also said to be announced for the film, probably Amy Schumer.
Is that a joke?
She's funny.
Okay.
We'll watch for any other news as the movie continues production ahead of its scheduled release in April 2025.
Well, it's going to be 2025 before I take Hot News Gaming back over. Just kidding, it's now. Because also still in production is the next indie darling that has you arming Pokemon-like creatures with guns.
I've heard of this.
Coming to Xbox Game Pass and Steam Early Access is Power World, a game that combines Pokemon's cutesy character aesthetic with weapons and factory automation you'd expect basically anywhere else. This is Digimon! Digimon had guns!
They didn't have guns.
Are you kidding me? Omnimon was a gigantic gun himself!
Prove it.
This one caught players' eyes 2 years ago when its first trailer made the rounds. We've since learned that you can poach and breed Pokemon-like pals, have them work in a factory, or even use them to save your skin when dungeon crawling.
That's what this game's about. This sounds awesome.
It's a lot, but this sounds like something you're interested in. The game goes live Thursday, January 18th. I know what you're playing next week.
Oh, baby!
Also coming to Game Pass in the next month are the action sequel to Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, top-down roguelike Rotato, and the remastered version of Persona 3, Personal 3 Real. Personal 3 is a typo, but I read it anyway. Turnip Boy will be available tomorrow, the 18th, while Rotato will be available on January 30th, and Persona 3 Reload on February 2nd.
I want to do the tax evasion.
Yeah, I don't know. Tax evasion sounds more fun than Robs.
We also have a few bundles and sales for today's deals.
Oh, Deal Master!
Oh!
This is your chance.
You know what
This is coming.
The Awesome Games Done Quick Bundle on Humble Bundle. If you pay $10, you'll get Bayonetta, Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition, Celeste, and Sonic Adventure 2 with its Battle DLC on Steam. Humble Bundle also has an Unreal Engine software bundle if you want to learn to make games instead. You can grab everything in this bundle if you pay at least $30.32. Ooh, yeah. Moving over to Fanatical, several publisher sales are going on with big discounts on popular games. The first publisher sale is from Capcom, where you can get Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition for $17. You realize that is a Monster Hunter World cost $60 when it came out, of course. And then the Iceborne, I'm pretty sure cost like another $40 on top of that. 17 bones.
Gamer, Dave.
Street Fighter 6 for $34, and Resident Evil 4 Remastered for $35. Next is Devolver Digital, where you can grab Weird West, Talos Principle 2, and Inscription for less than $25. The last publisher is Warner Brothers Interactive, which is Batman Arkham Studios for $8. All of them? All of them. All of them! Gotham Knights for $15, and Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition for $60.
I'd wait for a better deal on that one.
We got a better deal when it came out.
You sure did.
Our last deals for today come from Steam, where you can pick up Tiny Tina's Wonderlands for $14.99 until tomorrow, January 18th, and Evil West for $20 until January 22nd. So do your best to remember if you don't.
Hey, but do you remember the Splatoon-like game Square Enix is making?
No.
Well, I don't blame you if you haven't, since there hasn't been much marketing for it. But Bone Stars, I do remember, comes out on February 6th. Pick this up for full price when it releases, or download it for free if you have the PlayStation Plus subscription. 6th, March 4th, 2024. You canceled it? You remembered to do that. I got here severely charged last month.
Get ready to bail on this, bro. We're about to get stomped on.
March 4th, 2024, you can download the new 4v4 Arena Shooter, which Square Enix says brings the foam parties.
Especially because one guy isn't playing.
Foam parties. They are lovely.
I vote for that every election.
That's the wrong thing. Remove some of the forgotten PS5 exclusive destruction is similarly on the service to avoid line loss during launch. Foam Stars will launch with 3 PvP multiplayer modes, 3 maps, and several Foam Stars to choose from. There is also a solo multiplayer to try out. This is definitely on the PvP side of things. I do not care about this game in the slightest.
Player versus Fortnite.
Hopefully it catches on better than Bad Joke and also Destruction will start next day.
I'll probably do that.
You think?
But it'll still be bad.
You know what is bad? The wait for the Elden Ring DLC. Talk about that now, Kyle.
Man.
Look.
Yes, it is true. New Elden Ring DLC will be released very, very soon. Someone on Twitter noticed that a new DLC package was added to the game's Steam page, which you can view now on SteamDB. That's Steam by Daylight. There isn't any other information available other than this. It is the first time something like this has happened since a pre-order bundle was added to the DLC files in May 2022. We've been waiting since then. The new edition has led many to believe that...
announced since 2022?
It's in 2021. 1, 2, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
when it
5,
came out,
6,
was
7,
May 2022.
Okay. It came out in January.
So, May.
Right. It came out in the January of May.
The new edition has led many to believe that Elden Ring's Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC is coming as soon as next month, but I doubt. The 4th? February marks a year since the DLC was announced, though many believe it has been in production since the original game's release.
Considering how long it takes George R.R. Martin to write anything, I believe it.
And he helped make the game.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Speculation of a February release window began after unintentionally thrust a new collaboration with Elden Ring, coinciding with the planned DLC in February 2024. I don't know if that makes sense. The announcement was deleted, and From Software since said that the DLC needs more time, but is progressing well. If The Shadow of the Erd Tree is released next month, it joins a crowded February headlined by Nightingale, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and the long-delayed Skull and Bones.
Boo! No chance.
Yeah, I'm not very excited.
This reminds me of when Game Shark, or now known as AI Shark, said that Switch 2 is coming out in September.
They changed their name to AI Shark.
They sure did.
That sounds like a really good idea.
I'm sure that they were called Crypto Shark at one point. Actually, I joke, but they got into crypto in the interim, so, you know.
It sounds very searchable. We'll keep an eye on this as
you wish the what's just beginning is a new legal suit against Alan Wake developer Remedy Entertainment over its logo by Rockstar Games owner Take-Two Interactive.
Enough lying around, we drop
Remedy's new logo, which is a new last year, infringes on the Rockstar Games logo by being too similar. Guess what it is? Just the word Alan Wake. Dude, the company's called Remedy, dude. Good try. Most gamers are familiar with the capital R Rockstar for decades. Take-Two highlights why Remedy shouldn't be able to use for its logo.
until a month after it was shown to the public. The trademark approved in June 2023 after the application was sent in May 2020. It would take only 2 months for Take-Two to oppose the trademark, making it interesting that the story is only now getting around. What's interesting about that too is that Rockstar and Remedy have an agreement to remake Max Payne 1 and 2 as a single-player experience. Rockstar owns the rights and will publish and finance them while Remedy develops. This lawsuit likely has no...
You're shooting people?
...between the two companies, but it is a strange situation for the two to end up in.
Like, the Kate lady? How?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know, man. You're very strange.
But what's also strange is that we don't have smaller consoles since someone turned PS5 into a wicked gaming tablet. YouTuber DIY Perks showed that a PS5 could be as small as a tablet with just a little engineering know-how.
I take exception to this tablet is plugged into the freaking wall.
Literally, what do you do with tablets sometimes?
You have to charge them.
You plug them into the
There's
wall.
no battery.
You plug them into the wall.
There was one over there. What are we doing here, boys?
To fit inside smaller housing or a tablet form factor in this case.
Hola.
Good clickbait.
He ends up creating custom heat sinks that can use liquid metal for added cooling, as well as a custom shell for everything to sit inside. He even came up with a triple fan cooling system that helps bring temperatures to 42 degrees Celsius, which is more than 41. Topping it all off is an OLED screen that helps make whatever game you play look that much better than an LCD panel. Final result is a system much smaller than the PS5 Slim that can be taken with you like a true successor to the PlayStation Portable, as long as you have an outlet. While the video shows that the console can be made into a much smaller form factor without any trade-off in performance, you have to wonder why Sony or Xbox hasn't opted to do the same already. After all the crap the Portal just got for streaming games, maybe there's a chance that we get a real PSP3 if this guy can do it.
The reason they don't do it,
PSP3,
is because, number one, he doesn't talk about his manufacturing costs. He doesn't talk about how much all the engineer did for nothing. And then also, that's on the backs of Sony doing all the work to reduce the size of the PCB to make all of that happen.
Hey, I saw YouTube video of a guy who made his own toaster. Did you see that?
Xbox logo? Okay, listen, here's the thing. DIY Perks did a great thing. I'm just like looking at the small things I get to complain about. But you know what I'm not going to complain about? Actually, I am. I'm going to complain a lot about this because our last story for today deals with Ubisoft and its newly rebranded Ubisoft Plus premium subscription service. Ubisoft Plus, like EA Play, offers. What's that supposed to say?
I just typed the word poop into a random sentence before I put the teleprompter up.
Prepare yourself.
No, Kyler did it. Okay. Ubisoft Plus, like EA Play, offers players multitudes of games at a single monthly or annual price, published and or developed by Ubisoft. Gaming subscriptions still need to work on making their way into the gaming industry, as Game Pass and PlayStation Plus are the only significant success stories. However, Ubisoft believes that there is much to be gained from having a Game Pass. Ubisoft? Don't marry them. The Game Pass subscription model, they want releases, so long as players are willing to give up on owning their games.
I don't want to take them.
Director of subscriptions at Ubisoft, Felipe Tremblay, said in a recent interview, one of the things we saw is that gamers are used to a little bit like TV having and owning their games. That's the consumer shift that needs to happen, more like consumer. He also believes that owning too many subscriptions at once is attributed to a slower adoption by those who advocate for game preservation. Many people like to hold on to their old games and their systems for one reason or another, and many are worried that games going digital only removes the ability to play them whenever and wherever they'd like. If I want to play Black and White on my Steam Deck, in my bathtub, on a Steam Deck, I should be allowed to. Cases of this have already happened with the death of live service titles, and EA removed the ability to buy another EA FIFA game if it wasn't a physical copy late last year. EA ruined Black and White. According to the Video Game History Foundation, about 87% of classic games made before 2010.
I don't know where you're shooting. Are you shooting inside the building?
Microsoft may have backed the possibility of going back to the original Xbox. Nearly all
Hit him.
PS3 games aren't playable without emulation. A PS2 or an original PS3 model. If these games were more widely available,
Hit him again.
More people would likely be willing to download games online instead of having a physical disc. But until we have a sure way to preserve our favorite games online, I do doubt more people will get a Ubisoft Plus account anytime soon.
You can account on us going to comment response, though. I did the thing.
You did. That was a good segue.
Yeah.
So we're
Just
going
give
to
my
start off
shields a
talking
recharge.
about Motobots. Said this episode of Hot News was absolutely hilarious. What regret you in person with Kyle trying to stay on topic? I'm with Kyle. Hashtag
Yeah. Woo! Forgot that was the last episode.
That was the last episode. Then we got Amaro's Weekly saying we all knew what would happen when Hasbro actively took control of WAC.
How do you make that voice?
Which one?
Is that how?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think that's the noise you made.
Cameron says new viewers complain about
Recharging my shields.
OG viewers know. Cameron. Kilted Gamer says, what's up the week's morning show deal? Wake up with Lois and Schleifer. There's a bowl of popsicles in the fridge. I feel for Catelyn having to edit this. This is a rough one for her.
I don't understand the references.
I did the Peter.
Yeah.
You kept saying Lois.
Ultimate accelerant here.
So that's what I went with.
But what popsicles?
And Aim Iga saying, I miss YouTube videos. Not missing you guys at all.
Not all of us are in the
charm
ring.
of this video is that it's not super produced. It's kind of rough with the background echo and socked in the middle of the frame.
Lewd foot touching!
We'll leave it there. No foot touching this episode.
I've been touching the foot the entire time.
I have frostbite then.
What?
I should get that taken care of.
Coming down.
Ah, he's numb.
New kill leader awaited.
Watch out for the new kill leader, friend.
RGO1 here.
I need an extended light mag.
I'm just spending this longer.
That was my nickname in high school.
One minute before the ring closes. We have time. I see an enemy over there.
Let's get out while we
An
can.
enemy landed near me. Please
No,
respect
let's
my
get out
personal
before they
space.
turn around back on
45
us.
seconds.
We're
Rings
getting
close.
away.
Careful, they could be watching.
We can spin on this circle. I'm gonna go to that fight we were just in.
Calling in a lifeline package. Not far from the ring. Half a minute. Half the squad's left.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Patching myself up a bit. Go on now, say hello. Rings around the corner. 10 left.
Call SMG here.
In progress.
I can see that the rings... Thanks. Heavy ammo here.
Let's go that way.
Care package being delivered.
Yeah, they dropped the care package. All right. Light ammo here. Thank you.
Enemy over there. Target over there.
We should know they're gonna be on our left. Come back this way and get in. And know that they're gonna be on our left.
Let's reunite there, friends.
Hostile over there. I'm getting shot at. Enemy shields broke. Reloading.
Pitching into my eye in the sky. I'll let you know what I see. The enemies are shooting at me. I broke an enemy shield. I'm recalling my drone. Enemy down. Target over there.
3. Beginning ring countdown.
Throwing thermite grenade.
I'm moving, bro.
Firing.
But
Grenade, watch out. Receiving damage.
just giving my shields a recharge.
Enemy right here. Thermite grenade out. Giving my shields a recharge. Patching into my eye in the sky. I'll let you know what I see. I'm recalling my drone.
30 seconds, rings close.
Taking fire. Recharging my shields. Someone destroyed my drone. Who's ready to fly on it? Let's go this way.
I got all different teams in front of me over here, though.
10 seconds. The ring is fairly close.
There's still some shit to be looted here, though.
I see one of them. Be prepared.
Here's your birthday present.
Warning.
Echo! Play my notifications.
Listen up, the rings will
HDMI core cable has arrived. Gaming monitor will arrive today.
Another squad is attacking us.
Backpack here. Leather 2.
Broke that enemy. The enemies are shooting at me. Fighting. Cracked an enemy shield. Reloading. I downed one. Bye-bye, pain. Repairing. Give me a second. Fixing up.
Listen up, got another squad coming in.
Giving my shields a recharge. The more spread out we are, the harder it is to have each other's back. Deploying heat shield. Enemy right here. Recharging shields.
Attention, the champion has been eliminated.
Watch out. Care package over here. Deploying heat shield. Setting up a heat shield.
They're trying to believe it. Just giving my...
Grenade, watch out. Give me a second. Fixing up. Putting an eye in the sky. Switching to drone view. Sending reboot command. Look out, grenade. Backing out of my drone. I'm good to go.
Warning.
On your feet, mate.
In progress.
Do you want to go hunting with April and her sister, Mayong Foos?
Really? I don't know if I like April.
hunting.
Fine.
Oh,
okay.
He said he doesn't like you.
He's a huge fucking fan of me.
She said you're fucking huge. No, I said huge fucking fan. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I said half the sentence. She said you're a huge fucking fan.
That's a very different sentence.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I didn't say that though. You just went and ran with that.
That means she's not wrong. wants to be Tesla and wants to be a millionaire. I'm 20 seconds in. What? What'd you say? No, you said it. What the fuck? What did I do on the way up here? I'm performing in a fucking mausoleum. I was like, I'm supposed to do this and I was going to be a millionaire. You're like, fuck you. Shall I finish my first job? I don't know how you guys don't deserve it. I wish I could say this is the neatest I've ever been treated in a student center, but really, it's really not that hard. I was actually tested on who wants to be a millionaire. I walked to the mountain. I'm here.
I'll take your life and your loot. I'm exceptionally good at both.
My squad's gonna beat up yours.
I'm glad this is 101 where Steve is right back.
Let's land here. I swallowed a bug. Good protein.
Oh, this shit gay, bro.
First blood. Good thing it's not us. You know it just us. We got to
Thanks
watch
for
each
watching
other's
and
back.
sharing this video. And thank you for following me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and everything. If you want to watch videos like this before anyone else, check out patreon.com/SteveHopson and come to a live show. I am touring just about everywhere. You can get tickets and see where all my shows are at stevehopsetter.com. Thanks for watching.
The US government shut down this TikToker after this video.
In August of 22, I cut an opening off the side of the sub-basement and started to carve into the solid rock. Fabricated an elevator to lift material. 1,000 pounds at a time. As the entrance tunnel stretched longer and deeper, I found an electric yard cart and converted it into a minecart.
That's like really cool until you realize that she probably doesn't have a permit and is likely putting her own life and other people in her neighborhood's life at risk. Like, come on, if you are yearning for the mines this hard, you can start a Minecraft server or you can move to West Virginia. But like everything we cover on my channel, it gets so much better, or so much worse for her neighbors.
I used hundreds of concrete blocks and yards of hand-mixed concrete for the 30-foot entrance tunnel. As it got deeper underground, I ran into a lot of groundwater and a spring which made work harder and required constant pumping. Eventually, I set up a sump basin and a pump which is keeping the system dry.
She's not getting paid for this. She's doing this as a hobby and for TikTok content. I am so confused. Where's the upside here? Because I'm left with so many questions. Why is she doing this in a residential neighborhood in Northern Virginia? I guess it's because she's living here, but like, why all that in a residential neighborhood? If she's so fascinated with mining, why doesn't she work in a job that allows her to do all this stuff legally? Or
why isn't she on an off-the-grid property where she can legally do all this without bothering anyone? And then my final question, which is a question I ask a lot here on this channel, is we wouldn't have known about any of this if she didn't film it all and upload it to TikTok. So, why is she uploading all this evidence? I'm kind of happy she did, though, because it's a cool tunnel.
Set up a blower and air duct for ventilation. The main chamber is 22 feet below ground, and I set up rebar lattice work and a steel form to pour concrete with a trailer pump. One of the forms failed, and the concrete fault needed to be removed, which was affectionately called elephant's foot. There is still a lot of work left to do, but I am having a blast and enjoying sharing this project with you.
So we're gonna get into how the government shut her down in a bit, but she must have been way too bored. Like, she's probably seen everything on Netflix in the US and other streaming services. So I guess the solution for her could be to check out Netflix in other countries, which today's sponsor NordVPN can help with. I personally use NordVPN to keep up with what's happening in the country I was raised in, Norway, as I need a Norwegian IP address to access a lot of the news and shows there. And NordVPN is currently doing a New Year's deal where you can get a 2-year plan and a huge discount on 4 additional months for free. Link NordVPN.com/cozy. NordVPN has secure servers all around the globe, and of course, all your internet data stays safe.
You got me?
Next generation encryption. NordVPN also has a strict no-log policy, so they don't track or directly share any of your private data, as that's none of their business. So if that sounds interesting, you can try it out with the video. So this is Kala, also known as Engineer Everything on TikTok. As of recording this video, she has a little bit over 500,000 followers on TikTok, that she's gained, as you saw, from playing Minecraft in real life under her suburban home in Northern Virginia. And I guess all of this started in August of 2022 when she announced the beginning of her massive tunnel project.
I am about to embark on a new and complex project. I'm planning to construct a storm shelter off the side of my basement. It's going to take a very long time, a lot of engineering, and a lot of planning and work to make it happen, and I will be posting updates.
Well, as we've seen earlier, she's built a little bit more than a storm shelter, but she actually goes into detail on why she wanted to do all this.
I built an addition off the back side of my house a few years ago, and I excavated alongside the existing house, 1 story below the foundation. After the house was built, I always dreamed of building a tunnel underneath the old part.
Right. While we're at it, why not add an eel pit as well? And for those of you guys who don't know, there's a guy who went extremely viral on TikTok for essentially having an eel pit in his basement. Why? I don't know. I guess the internet just surfaces the most interesting kinds of people.
4:55. Let me go back and see what started.
The US government shut down this TikToker after this video.
In August of 22, I cut an opening off the side of the sub-basement and started to carve into the solid rock. Fabricated an elevator to lift material, 1,000 pounds at a time. As the entrance tunnel stretched longer and deeper, I bought an electric yard cart and converted it into a minecart.
That's like really cool until you realize that she probably doesn't have a permit and is likely putting her own life and other people in her neighborhood's life at risk. Like, come on, if you are yearning for the mines this hard, you can start a Minecraft server or you can move to West Virginia. But like everything we cover on my channel, it gets so much better, or so much worse for her neighbors.
I used hundreds of concrete blocks and yards of hand-mixed concrete for the 30-foot entrance tunnel. As it got deeper underground, I ran into a lot of groundwater and a spring which made work harder and required constant pumping. Eventually, I set up a sump basin and a pump which is keeping the system dry.
She's not getting paid for this. She's doing this as a hobby and for TikTok content. I am so confused. Where's the upside here? Because I'm left with so many questions. Why is she doing this in a residential neighborhood in Northern Virginia? Learn about any of this if she didn't film it all and upload it to TikTok. So, why is she uploading all this evidence? I'm kind of happy she did, though, because it's a cool tunnel.
Set up a blower and air duct for ventilation.
Introducing your champion.
The main chamber is 22 feet below ground, and I set up rebar lattice work and a steel form to pour concrete with a trailer pump.
My squad's gonna beat up your squad.
And the concrete bulge needed to be removed for perfectionally support.
Heard that.
There is still a lot of work left, and a steel form to pour concrete.
Is that how I do it?
With a trailer pump. One of the forms failed, and the concrete bulge needed to be removed, which was effectively helping elephant sport. There is still, and a steel form to pour concrete with a trailer pump. One of the forms failed, and the concrete bulge needed to be removed, which was effectively helping elephant sport. There is still a lot of work left to do, but I am having a blast and enjoying sharing this project with you.
So we're gonna get into how the government shut her down in a bit, but she must have been way too bored. Like, she's probably seen everything on Netflix in the US and other streaming services. So I guess it's NordVPN.com. Being the last thing that person did at an eel pit as well. And for those of you guys who don't know, this guy who went extremely viral on TikTok for essentially having an eel pit in his basement. Why? I don't know. I guess the internet just surfaces the most interesting kinds of people. But this is definitely a fascinating use of time that can have some pretty catastrophic consequences. Because the last time someone did something similar to this in that area, that ended up being the last thing that person did. Except in this case, it was actually very different than Paula's case, because in this case, the homeowner himself was not building the tunnel. The homeowner apparently contracted a 21-year-old to do it because he was going to invest in this 21-year-old startup. And then the 21-year-old passed an electrical fire, from what I could gather from it. The more I looked into that story, the deeper the rabbit hole got. So we'll just kind of leave it there and continue with Paula's story for now.
To cut the opening, I am using an angle grinder with a masonry blade. It is underpowered for the job, but I don't want to buy or rent a tool specifically for this. It is an example of using brute force and patience to get a job done. As you will soon discover, that is my specialty.
I clearly believe her, but I hope that she at least has like a mask and some proper ventilation set up.
I dispensed with the vacuum cleaner, and now the dust is just going into the air, and quality is...
What did you want me to do? You guys were dying over there. I just got done. Oh my
all
god.
throughout the house, and although I hate it,
I didn't have any weapons. I had to go find some weapons to loot, so that was came to this fucking building. What did you want me to do? That's all I would. That's all I did. I was in the middle of packing a ball. I smoked a ball. I turned around. You had already landed me somewhere. You were in a fight, and I had nothing. Now I'm gonna go try and craft it at some point.
I mean, I would be lying if I said I wasn't impressed, because this is absolutely wild. I'm still stuck on the why, though. But at least she's stacking skills.
One of the most interesting aspects of building a tunnel system under my suburban home is all the hands-on skills I had to either learn or improve. The main building material for constructing a tunnel is, of course, concrete. I used blocks, mortar, and many cubic yards of poured or pumped concrete. Tied rebar in different configurations and learned new techniques for placing concrete. Before this project, I had very little experience with electrical and had to learn a lot of new stuff. In fact, I used to consider it magic, which it basically kind of is.
I guess I have a new question now. Does she have a job? I mean that in the most polite way possible, because I can't imagine working an 8-hour day and then coming home and then just starting a brand new mining shift right below your house.
A mechanical system was needed to ventilate the mine shaft and scrub dust and fumes. Some pump dewatering and other utilities required a lot of plumbing.
don't got
I
enough.
got to do a lot of fabrication to build forms, repair equipment, and make custom stuff. One of the reasons for this project is to take on challenges and learn new things. I am indebted to the community here for many useful ideas and feedback.
I feel like if all of this was like fully legal, this would be like a perfect person for a tool company to sponsor. Because this series is beyond fascinating to see how she continuously runs into problems but just keeps on solving them. Like the cable management issue, which can prevent fires. As we know from that other case that we briefly skimmed over, a fire is what ended that. So at least she's being proactive here.
Previously, I had a minecart accident. The reason is that there are loose extension cords everywhere, cluttering up the workspace. Tangled masses of cords are a fire hazard, trip hazard, and shock hazard, and a major inconvenience. Things are gonna change. They're gonna change. I have to run some Romex from my electrical closet through this block here. Unfortunately, on the other side, it needs to run down the sealed wall into the sub-basement. But I have one of these.
But also, while she does fix things, all her fixes also look incredibly sketchy.
This time, I'm going to try going through the bulkhead in the bathroom. I did not want to do this, but what choice do I have? Let's see inside. Nope, fully blocked and closed. After a little exploring, I found the northwest passage, and will feed the cable through this wall right inside the electrical closet. This is working much, much better. Feeding some 6-gauge as well. There, now I have 3 branch circuits that I need to staple up and run through my tunnel. That was supposed to be a lot easier than it was.
Because this is really, really cool, but it also just looks like a disaster waiting to happen. But either way, this might be the greatest side quest of all time. Are you tired of your corporate job? Well, have you tried LARPing as a cave miner on TikTok in your spare time? Apparently, it can turn into a career. It kind of seems like it has for Kala here, because her TikTok is massive now. But it does seem like things weren't really done by the book, because the government was clearly not too happy about this.
Hello.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning.
I don't remember me, Jack Smith.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
The sewing department, Brian with inspections.
What can I do for you?
Bro, look at me, I'm still alive.
We were just here, basically, to find out if there is and see what needs to be done.
What kind of construction?
Basically, they said it's excavation. They're pulling stuff out of the basement.
Yeah, a little bit.
We go down and take a look.
Well, have you tried LARPing?
That's it.
That's a fire ring.
Don't worry about me.
Calling in a
I'll just pull
lifeline
that guy
package.
down.
Got to cheat yourself.
Gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. I got a launch tower now, baby. What you think? You think I can get you? Or you think I'm gonna die trying?
I trying.
Well, that's not very nice. And then maybe I shouldn't try, huh?
Just 10 seconds.
Heard someone put a launch tower out. I want to use their launch tower. Guess I'm gonna have to drive through the tunnel. It gets scary in the dark. Mama. Just killed a man. Put a gun into his head. Pull the trigger. Now he's dead. Goodbye, everybody. I've just begun. Gonna leave and throw it all away.
Half the squads
They're all
are
trying to
gone.
jump off
I'm
that.
fine
They're
with
not
it.
jumping off the tower. What are they doing? Are they coming to me?
I'm spotted.
Holy shit.
Recharging my shields. I'm getting shot at. Back me up though. Just giving my shields a recharge.
Beginning ring countdown.
Got some materials here. Check it. Got some materials for us. Rings close. Only 1 minute to go. Picked up my teammate's banner. Don't worry, I got our squad mate's banner. Replicator on its way down. Tossing a respawn beacon. Ring's not that far. Seconds till close. Wicked. Listen up, I'm calling a lifeline package.
I try.
10 seconds. The ring is fairly close.
I'm gonna try to get out this way.
Got some backpack here. Cancel that.
Warning. Movement in progress.
Evo shield here. Level 2. Rings moving.
Delivering care package.
Care package out there.
Is one guy not playing? The fuck?
Yeah, okay.
Because you had no confidence in me. So he just left.
Care package over there.
I want that crib.
I am down.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Bro never moved.
Round 4. Beginning ring countdown.
We're not all in the ring. Wake up, skin bags.
I'm in and you can't get above me. There's no zip line in this thing.
Care package over there.
Making contact with enemy.
Skin suit over here.
Just come in. Just let him know not to come to us. Like, hey, I got eyes on you.
Froggo. Froggo.
Sorry, bro. I didn't know that was you.
We're all inside the ring. Good.
We're going to have to move from there to us.
Reloaded.
One's gonna be down here. Yep, he's down on the outside.
What the fuck, man?
Right under me.
I'm under you.
Are you asking for his box? He was over this way when he was down.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at. Skin suits are here. Rings nearby, 1 minute Tesla. Just
There's a
giving
rep
my
now,
shields a recharge. Pass me that sugar. Recharging my shields.
I'm gonna move, just so you know.
Let's wait until the storm starts.
You can do whatever you want, but I'm not gonna wait and die. They're moving to us right now.
Not far from the ring, half a minute.
Let's get out.
So easy on you.
And we'll feed the cable through this wall right inside the electrical closet. This is working much, much better. Feeding some 6 gauge as well. Here, now I have 3 branch circuits that I need to staple up and run through my tunnel conduit. It's supposed to be a lot easier than it was.
Because this is really, really cool, but it also just looks like a disaster waiting to happen. But either way, this might be the greatest side quest of all time. Are you tired of your corporate job? Well, have you tried LARPing as a cave miner on TikTok in your spare time? Apparently, it can turn into a career. It kind of seems like it has for Kala here, because her TikTok is massive now. But it does seem like things weren't really done by the book, because the government was clearly not too happy about this.
Hello.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
I don't know if you remember me. I'm Jack Smith.
Yes.
Chief Building Official. This is Jimmy Jones with the zoning department. Brian with inspections.
What can I do for you?
We have some complaints. Basically, there's some construction going on. We were just here, basically, to find out if there is and see what needs to be done.
What kind of construction?
Basically, they said it's excavation. They're pulling stuff out of the basement.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can we go down and take a look?
Sure.
Okay.
So they did give me a stop work order and are requiring an immediate evaluation by a professional engineer. Fortunately, contrary to few rumors here, it is constructed entirely below the slab of my house, and it shouldn't be too hard to get the permits and approval. So we'll be working on that.
Okay, so if all of this is below her house, and she's the only one at risk here in case of, I don't know, the whole tunnel collapsing or a fire like in the other case, I guess power to her. I don't see a reason in shutting her down unless she's like really bothering the neighbors with noise or something like that. But I'm clearly no engineer, so I have no idea if there's a chance that someone else's house can be at risk here. But this is what the local news channel just ran.
We confirmed with local officials that zoning and building representatives conducted a site inspection on December 7th and that they're working with the owner to correct any violations and ensure the property is safe and in compliance with code. Tuesday night, we stopped by her home. She told me she can't comment on what's happening. She did, though, give us permission to share her videos, but asked us not to disclose exactly where she lives. Some Some have posted to social media that it's dangerous not only for her, but her neighbors.
It's definitely a first.
David lives across from her home. He says she and some other people moved into the home a couple of years ago.
Kind of gets concerning how throughout the day or the weekday that goes by, there's a lot of noise being made, but nothing that would really truly bother us to call the authorities in any way.
Just the thought of this man getting home from work to relax and then he has to continuously live with the sounds of his neighbor mining. That's such an unusual problem. This story is definitely first of a kind for me, and I just love how the internet surfaces the people like this. If she's not risking anyone's life, power to her, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Samsung just announced the Galaxy S24 series, and I had the chance to check them out. The biggest new thing is Galaxy AI, an umbrella term for a bunch of new AI features coming to these phones. One of the coolest ones that I saw was a translation feature that translates phone calls in real time as we're talking to the phone with someone that speaks another language. I tried this by calling someone who speaks Korean, and I was impressed with how quickly it worked. The other major change to the Ultra model specifically is a new titanium design and a new 50-megapixel telephoto camera that can zoom optically at 5x. Don't forget to check out CNET for more coverage and details about the S.
Yo, welcome to your first look at the Samsung Galaxy S24 series, and I think they're way more interesting than they look on the outside. So we got 3 new phones today: Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra. And as expected, yes, they look very similar to the S23 lineup, especially design-wise, but it's when you get under the hood, and especially with software and the whole Samsung AI thing, that it gets way more interesting. So first, let me start with everything that's physically new, because the list actually isn't long. So on the outside, S24 and S24 Plus are going to look just like last year. Same dimension, same body sizes, the camera rings, the button placement. There's just new colors: black, gray, violet, and yellow, all matte instead of glossy, which I was not expecting, but I like it. And then it's squared off. Basically,
The fuck is happening here? What the fuck? Holy fuck, thank God. Back.
exactly like an iPhone. Now, I know, sometimes people say, oh, there's this feature that kind of resembles the iPhone, or it looks a little like the iPhone. No, these flat sides and the flat screen look exactly like the iPhone all the way around, just being honest here. But now inside that body, the bezels are again slightly thinner all the way around, making way for slightly larger displays on the S24 and S24 Plus. So now it's 6.2 inches and 6.7 inches. And then these panels themselves are actually sneaky major upgrades, especially the bigger one. So they're both now a ridiculously bright 2600 nits. And the Plus, that got bumped up from 100p to Quad HD, and it looks like you do have the option to use it at 120 Hz while it is Quad HD, just like the Ultra, which, I mean, that's pretty sick. It's 1080 by default, but that's definitely an upgrade they didn't have to do, and I appreciate that. And then the phones also have slightly larger batteries, both of them, up to 4,000 milliamp hours on the S24 and 4,900 milliamp hours on the S24 Plus. And then the big dog, the S24 Ultra, is actually even more tweaked. So again, it looks similar, obviously, but it's trimmed up just a tiny bit. It's just a little bit thinner. And then these side rails are now titanium instead of aluminum. Never heard that before. And the display up at the front is now completely 100% flat from corner to corner. And I'm really liking it. So you might remember we went from having really dramatically curved edges on the old Ultra phones and Notes from back in the day to a gentle curve to almost no curve, but now it's no curve at all, which means it's totally flat, and there's actually much less bezels all the way around, and the screen goes to the very edges. And then also the Ultra is matte in all of its new colors. Black like usual, but a new titanium color, and a violet and yellow. Then on the inside, they're all running the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip across the board. And then the cameras. The cameras appear to be more or less the same as last year with the S24 and S24 Plus. But the S24 Ultra, they shook it up just a little bit. So the Ultra phone, we've gotten used to having this space zoom, so it was the 200 megapixel main camera, but then it had two telephotos, a 3x and a 10x. Well, with this new S24 Ultra, you still get the 200 megapixel main camera, but then a 3x telephoto, and then a new 5x telephoto, which is kind of curious, but I actually think it makes sense here. Basically, the 10x is a huge jump of zoom, and I think Samsung is realizing not a lot of people are actually zooming in to 10x. This is just my theory anyway. So instead of having a 10x telephoto lens, which was only 10 megapixels, this new redesigned 5x is 50 megapixels. So the 5x, you know, that's a much more common zoom range, and then the higher megapixel count should mean that when you hit the 10x button that's in the camera, it crops into the middle 50% of the frame, and you should still have nearly the same quality of a shot as the old low-res 10x. Now, this is all a theory, a lens theory, but I'm going to have to test all this stuff out and, of course, see how well it works for full review, so definitely make sure you get subscribed to see that when it comes out. Shout out to Matt. Now, other than that, it feels like it's pretty much the same set of cameras across the board, and the Ultra, that also still has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with the S Pen slotted in the side as usual. So if you want all the new specs across the board, here's a nice little chart we've made for you, so you can pause and see the numbers and the prices and everything. I do wish the S24 started at 256 gigs in 2024, but anyway, we gotta talk about this new chip for a minute. So all these phones are running the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip across the board. Great flagship chip, beginning of its life cycle, so you know there's a couple phones trickling out with this one now, and there will be way more. And of course I have to test things like the performance and the battery life and how heating works out, but it's also very clear that Qualcomm has built in a bunch of AI processing features into this chip, and so now it's up to the manufacturers who use the chip to decide what to do with it. And so there's phones coming out left and right with all kinds of AI features, and I think a lot of them are actually the most useful parts of some of these phones, and let me know if you agree. So the big one that I think most people will find the most useful on this phone is the instant visual search. So no matter where you are on the phone, whatever you're doing, if you just hold down the home button, or if you have gestures, just hold down the gesture bar, you can then either tap or circle something on your screen to instantly Google search it. And it's just the few times I played with it, it's really fast. And this whole visual search feature thing, it's not like it's totally new. Like, we've had reverse image search and Google Lens for years, but I'm loving the convenience of just, you know, being on a website, seeing an image or something you just want to know more about, and then just long pressing, Googling it real quick, and getting the info. Or even something in your gallery. You know, maybe there's a landmark or something in a photo, and you just Google the image. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think people are going to be probably using it a lot. It's also just something you have to spend a little time getting used to, because everyone knows you can type things into Google, but to just visual search Google stuff, super useful. Then basically there's a bunch of other little places in the phone where you see the little stars, the little barred stars. If you see those, then you know there's some AI lurking ready to help you out. Just press it. So the voice recorder app gets AI. So now it does much improved speaker labels and transcriptions, and it can actually summarize your voice recording after you record into a bunch of bullet points. The Notes app gets AI. Now it can do things like straighten out your handwriting, or turn your notes into bullet points, or summarize your notes. It's just, you gotta find those little stars and press them. And the Galaxy S24 Ultra feels like it becomes more than just the ultimate note-taking device, but now it's even more useful on top of the already borderline magical handwriting recognition and all that stuff. So I love that. The phone app gets AI. So this stuff might start to sound familiar, but let's say you're going to have a phone call with someone who speaks a different language. It will do live transcription and translation audibly in real time as you're having the conversation. So let's say I only speak English, and you're going to call someone who only speaks Korean. So you have to go into the phone app and download the language pack before the call. So it does all this transcription offline with a model stored on the device. And it seems like the models are, you know, somewhere from 100 to 500 megs each. And when you get on the phone, you just speak your language, and the phone will visually and audibly translate what you're saying for the person on the other end. They hear their own language. Then they speak their language and the same thing. You hear them, but then you immediately hear a translated version in your own language. And it's pretty fast. I mean, I've never used live translation this smooth before. Now, I also don't speak Korean, so I'm not about to vouch for how accurate it is, but you know, I'm going to try this in Spanish and try to verify a little more when I review the phone. But there's even the option to not even hear the other person speak, but just hear the translated voice.
They're closing the door at 8.
It also speaks to how accurate they think it is. And then, of course, the photo app gets AI. This one's not a shocker, but it's also kind of shocking how close it is to some other things that we've seen before. So once you have a photo, you hit the info button with the stars, and you can do a couple simple things like add background blur, or erase an object in the background, or remaster a photo, which seems like it's just doing some color and lighting and balance tweaks automatically. That's cool. It works. I think a lot of people will just find that stuff useful right off the bat. But once you go into the editor, you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner a familiar group of stars that are back. It's literally a full-on magic editor, just like the Pixel. So you jump in there, you can circle things, highlight things to move around, and of course it's even more precise with the S Pen, but then it literally does the same thing. Generative background, plays a micro animation, and then when it's done, of a new photo that is just completely fake. And also, I don't know, there seems to be less restrictions with this one than Google's, at least because I remember the Pixel was very picky about letting me move people around, but I encountered nothing that this one was not willing to mess with. So the good thing is, in the final result, there is a baked-in watermark at the bottom left-hand corner. So you'll know in your gallery, if you're looking at an image that has those stars as a watermark, that it didn't actually look like that when you captured it. You can also apparently turn a regular video into a slow-motion video as the AI generates new frames in between actual...
Rotate off of that.
Slow down the video for you. I don't know
rotate
how
off of that.
Gonna work again. If it's as good as some of the generative AI stuff I've seen, could be shockingly good, but that's just another AI feature. Either way, clearly, there's a lot going on.
Off of that means
now, it's kind of funny,
you, huh?
Bixby is like sort of the main character of AI on Samsung phones in the past, and I don't really see any indication that Bixby itself is actually taking big leaps forward. It's still on the phone, it still works, but we'll have to see. I'm going to test that. I got to test how good these screens are, how well these new cameras work, and all that stuff. And maybe there's some other stuff buried in that I haven't found yet that isn't just blatantly copying Apple's homework. And also, if you want your phone to look at least a little different, I checked with channel sponsor Dbrand, and they confirmed that they are ready to go with the grip case shipping around the same time that Samsung will be shipping out these phones. One thing I've always liked about the grip case is they actually individually do the precise cutouts of the camera lenses instead of just one big lazy window cutout. Oh, and bonus, they added MagSafe compatibility this year for the S24 series. So if you want a clean, protective, matte black, magnetic case, well, that link's in the description. Either way, let me know what you think of these new phones, and let me know what you want to see in the full review. Some interesting stuff here. Say that. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
Killjoy is an offense to my radiance. I'll break her apart. Let's make some chaos.
Reyna's mid. Wall here. There's a wall, don't throw it. What are you doing? Oh my god, do you not know what a wall is? Can you hear me, Reyna? Hello? Hello? Reyna? Hello? Will you look at me if you can? Oh my god.
Spike down A.
I'm gonna leave this.
I have the spike. Enemy spotted A. 30 seconds left.
Hello?
Cage triggered.
Can you hear me now?
10 seconds left.
What the fuck? I can't hear you guys.
Last player standing.
They will scurry, and then they will die. My ultimate is ready.
How about now? Hello? Alright, well, something's fucked up.
Camera taken out.
Check. Oh, shit. That means I may not have fucking... I got audio on OBS somehow. Just don't have audio in here? How about now? Ooh. How about now? I still can't hear you, though.
Last player
Oh my god,
standing.
3 of them on the catwalk.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
I'm gonna...
My ultimate is ready.
No? I can see the microphone moving over there. The audio moving over there. So, okay.
Okay, the harbor.
I don't know if you've been to a camera store lately, but
I can hear you now.
They look a little different now than they did even a year ago.
Could you hear
Mainly,
me?
There's no more cameras
not at
in the
all.
display cases.
What the fuck?
And that's pretty scary. So I talked to my friend that works at the local camera store, and he said, I don't know if you've been to a camera store lately, but they look a little different now than they did even a year ago. Namely, there's no more cameras in the display cases. And that's pretty scary. So I talked to my friend that works at the local camera store, and he
Harbor's
said,
behind you.
the sales reps from all the camera companies are saying the same thing.
There's not going to be any more point and shoot cameras. That's it. It's over. And if you go to B&H or Adorama or Amazon, any of those sites, all the pocket cameras, the compact point and shoots are sold out. And that's pretty much the end of it.
Okay.
Because,
someone else grab the spike. I'm going to just fake it on B.
Now,
just be quiet.
Why have
They
them?
go away.
Because cell phones can do similar stuff, right? Well, no, they can't. They don't have really smooth zooms. They don't have the flip-up screen. Usually when the cell phone is facing you with the screen, you got the cheap camera facing you. The good camera's facing the other way. This is a 1-inch sensor, and most cell phones do not have 1-inch sensors. They don't have a big lens on the front. The lens of a point and shoot is 5 to 10 times the size of a lens on a cell phone. These things can run a lot longer. Try to shoot a full-on video interview
over there
with a cell phone and 4K. I doubt you're even going to get 6 minutes in before it overheats and shuts down. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. The point is, I think the era of point and shoots is over. It's really sad. I love these little guys. I went to Best Buy to try to get a little Canon ELPH 360. It has a 1/2.3 inch sensor, and I wanted to compare what it was like to a 1/2.3 inch camcorder and a bridge camera. I just wanted to compare everything that was out there, and they said,
Move this way, buddy. Move this way. Where you going the wrong way, buddy?
There's nothing left, and there's nothing coming in. The website is sold out. I mean, I think that era is over. The scary thing that scared me was, okay, well, yeah, that's the cheap consumer stuff, but I still think they're going to make like the really good ones, like the RX 100. That's considered a point and shoot, and there's no news of anything coming out ever again. So I just bought 2 more. I have 4 now. I mean, I grabbed whatever I could. I mean, they might come out with one, but I don't want to take the chance. That's been my main camera for shooting videos for the last at least almost 3 years. Was the RX 100 Mark VII. It is, in my opinion, for me, the best vlogging camera ever. It literally fits in my pocket. It can go up to 1,000 frames per second. It shoots 4K. It does everything. The sharp, super sharp lens. The colors are great. It has a viewfinder. Cell phones don't have viewfinders. You're out in the bright sunlight. You can't see what you're doing with a cell phone or anything that has a flat LCD screen. So I bought 2 more. Now I have 4 of them. Everything else on Amazon is just refurbished cameras. That's all they have left. So my advice to you is get what you can while you can. Even though smartphones are getting better and better, there's something about having a real camera in your hand with a real big lens and a real big flip-up screen, and it's just being able to, instantly, with having a zoom lens and a dedicated buttons for f-stop, shutter speed, ISO, white balance. Really sad that, oh, look at that cute little viewfinder. It's sad. I mean, it's literally a piece of history that should not go away. So if you were even thinking of getting something like this, I mean, the ELPH that I was looking at Best Buy, it was on, they had what do you call it? They still had the price tag there from when they used to sell them. It was like $300. They still have some on Amazon, but they're over $800 now. A $300 camera, they know, they're getting what they can for it. They're making, $800 for a $300 camera. So the writing's on the wall. Just sad. Sad. I mean, it's anybody who says you can do it all with a cell phone, those aren't real photographers. Yeah, you can take pictures. Yeah, you can take video. Yeah, it fits in your pocket. It's convenient and all that, but that's like comparing junk.
He's inside. He's inside. I don't know how that fucking door didn't trigger the first time I went to it.
It's not the same. I just thought I'd say that. I mean, this is important. This is a piece of a moment in history where we're literally watching, having the cool, fun photography gear get taken away. I mean, camcorders are probably going to go out pretty soon. I just love them. I love them. I love point and shoots. I love camcorders. I don't care if cell phones can do the same thing. I hate cell phones. Yeah, they're flat, they're compact, they fit in your pocket, they're small and portable. I get all that, but it doesn't have a hot shoe. It doesn't have a viewfinder. Okay, I'm getting on a rant here, but if you even want a piece of history, if you're ever thinking of playing with something like this just for fun because it's a toy, I mean, a couple $100. Come on, you're an adult. You can buy whatever you want as a toy now. Instead of getting a car or a new boat or camper or barbecue grill, maybe think about photography as a little bit of a hobby toy thing, just to play with. I mean, this is fun to hold something like this in your hand. All right, enough of a rant. I just want you guys to grab some joy while you can, and then, you don't have to play with it right away. Just put it on the shelf and play with it sometime, and then you'll realize what a joy it is to work with a real camera, even a little point and shoot. There's something about.
It's not a week on this channel without a Dr. Disrespect rant. This one is going to be, I would say, a pretty good one, as he talks about Call of Duty and Warzone potentially uninstalling for good on this game. But also a quick shout out to all of you guys here. How are you doing? How's your day so far? What are you drinking? Also a quick shout out to our esports betting sponsor, that being Thunderpick. They will always be down below. This past weekend I've been on Age of Empires 2 tournament, which I was also sharing news on, which was very fun. 21 plus only. Please bet responsibly. Now, someone who's maybe maybe not been responsibly talking about Call of Duty, maybe rightfully so, has been Doc, as he went on a lengthy rant saying how Warzone and Call of Duty is now built for 85-year-old men, and that we put up with too much BS when it comes to this game now. We let too much slide. Super curious what you guys think about it, but here's him saying it.
Champ, I think I uninstall after today. I don't feel like playing this fucking game anymore. I've experienced it all. And I'm
One
dead serious
catwalk.
when I say this. I am legit.
Oh my god, you locked me out?
I think we uninstall the game and we just don't play it anymore after today. It is built for 85-year-old men. It's uninspiring. I don't know if you saw the latest on what they're doing with Warzone, but they're adding extraction points during the middle of the BR. Obviously, probably taking a look at Dead Drop going, fuck, man. We can't create any. We're not creative. We got to look at somewhere else, right? So they're trying, like they are struggling to come up with a good experience for their Call of Duty franchise. It's pretty apparent. It's just throw shit in there and see what works and see what doesn't. Right? It's so bad. I am falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. I can't stay interested in playing a video game.
Last player standing.
What?
Think about that for a second. Back in the 90s.
Get him. The other one's on the other side.
Sitting on those little beanbags, looking up at your big old 32-inch tube TV, playing on the Sega Genesis 32X. Little NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Mortal Kombat 2, Double Dragon, Stealth, Punisher, Sonic Pinball.
So meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
I had a great time. Video games used to be so fun. Online, we tolerate too much bullshit now. That's the problem. And we just kind of like, fuck it, we'll just deal with it. I don't want to deal with bullshit. I wanted to have a nice, fun, pure experience. What kind of bullshit do we have in Halo days? If you're 2-bar, 3-bar, whatever, yellow bar, you know, those were games were whatever. But like that and what else?
Down B.
Huh? All these games have 50 million things wrong from a design standpoint, from a technical standpoint.
88 Sage.
And we just sort of like, yeah, fuck it, we'll deal with it. And it's just been compounding over the years, man.
That's an outlaw.
Gotta put it into it. And I will.
And I think you'll find that just about every year people are going to agree with this. The things that we see across Call of Duty and Warzone, you can really pinpoint a lot of different categories to go after and find faults with the game, especially because for me it's an annual reoccurring $70 game that never usually meets my expectations. I'm always upset, okay? I'm always pissed off at things, especially video games I have to spend money on. But there's been a lot of reasons that people have been frustrated with Call of Duty and Warzone over the past couple of years. So I think a lot of people will feel validated by someone finally saying this. Will Doc actually uninstall, though, a game that he's pulling tens of thousands of viewers in when maybe there's not too much else to play? I feel like Call of Duty and Warzone have always been those go-tos. When there's nothing else to play, you and the boys, or maybe your favorite streamer, can go back to a game like Warzone especially has been that, I think, for a lot of people in the FPS category.
They're
Maybe
trapped
I'm
in
wrong on that,
garage
but
right now.
It just feels like something you go back to when you get
Don't let
tired
them.
of
They're trying to open the
of
door
actual
now.
good games that go out of rotation. Maybe I'm crazy. And the thing I wanted to touch on too was he said you can't stay interested in these games. And I think that's a problem we have with a lot of these mainstream games, because I've been playing a lot of different games offline that I've like just really been enjoying. I'm really curious, what games do you guys play offline that streamers aren't playing too often? I'll give you 2 answers that might piss you off. Halo Infinite, for me, has been a real sleeper of a game. It has very high replayability, but I'm not playing as long as Doc is playing these games. You got to remember, we talked about this in a previous video with It's Timmy, and he talked about streamer burnout of games because they're playing 10 hours a day, 5 days, 6 days a week. They're obviously going to turn over games a lot faster. I'll play Halo Infinite or Smite for a handful, maybe 10 hours a week, which for me have been some amazing games to play right now. Maybe that's just me. I'm also going to be looking through the comments, though. If you guys want to give recommendations for other good games that are not Call of Duty and Warzone, mine are Halo and Smite. But what are yours? Let's do some community teamwork, why don't we? So hopefully we'll see a few good recommendations down below. But what do you guys think about this? Doc saying he is going to uninstall Warzone and not play it again. I assume he means Call of Duty when he also says that. Also stating he's uninterested in the game. And for me, built for 85-year-old men. I don't know too many guys that old who are actually playing video games. I think he probably means catering to adult men, which he's also an adult man, but I don't want to dive into this right now. I don't want to get anyone riled up, okay? What do you guys think? That's all I want to know. Have a good rest of your day. Hydrate, okay? Drink up. I'll see you back here soon. Take care.
Let's talk about your OG YouTube days, because yes, there were some videos put out that like people considered controversial, and people like try to bring your old YouTube videos back to this day. Like, you got involved in, like, I feel like a good bit of drama back then. Like, when you look back at the OG YouTube days, how do you feel about them, and how would you even describe them?
It's like so many eras of YouTube too. Like the OG ones were just like so great. It was like before you could make money on YouTube, it was just like fun. And then you start making money, and then it's like, where do you find your niche? Like I said, I never felt like I had like talent. So I was like, what can I do? Oh, I can like piss people off. I can do this. So I definitely went like the trolling route, because it was like the most money I ever made without having to like strip or hook. And I was just like, this is it, you know? So yeah, I definitely had a lot of like problematic videos and just stuff that like I didn't necessarily even think. I think if I was like